Hi guys, and welcome back to Mysteries with Sarah. Today we've got a true crime murder mystery story to tell you, and it's really gruesome, so I would say viewer discretion is definitely advised. The story is not for the faint of heart. It's one of the most disturbing murder cases ever recorded, and it took place in Australia. A crime so brutal, even seasoned detectives were left in total shock. Tonight, I'll tell you the true story of a woman who butchered her partner, then set the table for his children. So, this is the terrifying tale of Katherine Knight. Katherine Mary Knight was born on October 24th, 1955, in Tenterfield, New South Wales. Her early life was a cocktail of abuse, violence, and just total chaos. Her father was a violent alcoholic, and he frequently raped her mother in front of the children. Her mother, named Barbara, in turn openly would discuss the horrors of her sex life with her daughters. Katherine, though, she still idolized her mother's toughness, but she hated her father's cowardice. She was known to fly into rages as a child, even attacking other kids. Teachers would describe her as a loner who lived in a fantasy world. She didn't concentrate on her work. It really didn't seem like she was interested in being at school at all. At age 15, she dropped out of school and took a job at a slaughterhouse. She claimed to love it, and for a while they said that she seemed to turn around. She seemed happy. But her co-workers said that she was obsessed with the butchering process. Creepy. Her prized possession was a set of sharp razor butcher knives that she hung above her bed and said it was for just in case. Catherine's relationships were shaped by violence as well. She married David Ketlett in 1974. On their wedding night, she tried to strangle him. During her pregnancy, she hit him over the head with a frying pan several times. The police were called many times, but David stayed until he couldn't anymore. He had to go. And she would have more children with different partners. One woke up with a knife pressed to his throat. Another had all his clothes and shoes burned. She manipulated all of them with threats of self-harm and suicide if they were to leave her. In public, she was a charming, doting mother. No one would suspect that any of this was going on. But in private, she was a ticking time bomb. So, she would marry John Price, and he was a respected, good-natured miner, and he had 3 kids. He began dating her in the 1990s. Friends warned him to stay away. They had heard stories about her. They said, do not marry this woman, but he ignored them. At first, things seemed fine. She cooked, cleaned, and got along with his children. But then the darkness would surface. When he refused to marry her, she videotaped stolen goods from his work and sent the tape to his boss, ultimately getting him fired. And he kicked her out, but she came back. In early 2000, he told co-workers, if I do not come to work tomorrow, it's because she killed me. So, Price came home that night, showered, and he went to bed. Katherine showed up wearing new black sexy lingerie. They had sex, then he fell asleep. But after midnight, she grabbed a knife. Then she would proceed to stab him 37 times, over and over and over in the chest and back. He tried to escape, but it was no use. Blood sprayed the walls, got all over the place. I mean, it was horrible. It was a gruesome crime scene. She calmly withdrew $1,000 from his ATM after murdering him and then skinned him completely in one piece. She decapitated him, placed his head in a pot on the stove, and cooked parts of his body. Then set the table for dinner. Each plate would have a name card for Price's children. On each plate would be cooked portions of their dead father. She left a blood-soaked note falsely accusing him of rape. The scene was ritualistic, a gruesome altar of rage. When he did not show up to work, his co-workers did indeed call the police. They found Katherine unconscious, having overdosed. Price's body was mutilated beyond recognition. The forensic team documented a nightmare. Most stab wounds were inflicted while he was still alive. The skin was removed with surgical precision. Her experience in the slaughterhouse showed in her brutality with his body. She first pled not guilty, but the evidence was undeniable. Crime scene photos were so disturbing, so outlandish that the jurors needed therapy after her trial. She changed her plea to guilty. In October 2001, she was sentenced to life without prison and without the possibility of parole. She remains in Silverwater's Women's Correctional Center, unrepentant. She does not show any remorse for what she did at all. John Price's children were left traumatized, their home demolished. No one could live in such a blood-soaked place of horror. Katherine's crime is now studied in criminal psychology, a symbol of what happens when rage, trauma, and obsession collide. Katherine Knight didn't kill a man, or just kill a man. She desecrated him. She turned his body into a message of hate and revenge. She is the embodiment of unchecked rage. If this story disturbed you, please share it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, stay safe and always trust your gut.